So we've just completed the most expensive VW camper that we've ever done, so you don't want to miss this, so make sure you hang around. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Sam here from Highlife Campers. Now I've got a special video for you today because I'm about to walk around the most expensive camper that we've ever converted. And the customer that bought this van is quite local to us, and he actually bought the van just when we got it into stock from VW. So we bought the van from VW in Newcastle, and then our customer actually bought the van, and then we worked really closely with him to choose all the spec and the colours and everything on the van. So the reason that this finished camper is quite expensive is because the base vehicle itself is quite rare and expensive because of that. So what I want to do is I'm going to walk around the outside of the van. I'll talk about the base vehicle and all the features of the actual van itself, and then we'll jump inside and I'll show you the full conversion inside the van as well. So I think you are going to like this camper. It's a really good example of what I talked about in a recent video where I talked about the price of base vehicles and the price of the actual van itself being the main kind of factor in the final cost of the camper. And because this is quite a new van and it's got a very, very desirable spec on it, this has made the camper quite expensive. So let's get started with the walk around. Okay, so here we are. So this is a VW T6.1. Okay, it's on a 2022 plate. The colour is Indium Grey. Okay, and this van has had our platinum conversion package plus a few extras added to it as well. So what I'll do is walk around the exterior of the van and just talk about the van itself. And like I said, then we'll jump inside and have a look at it. So this van is, like I said, 22 plate. It's done about 11,500 miles. Okay, we bought it directly from VW in Newcastle. It's had one owner, and it really is like a brand new van. Now the van obviously is a tailgate as well, which does put the price of the base vehicle up a little bit because you know, tailgate vans are just more desirable and in more demand. Now this camper's had the platinum conversion package, but we've actually made a few changes to this for the customer. So the customer wanted to go for some slightly smaller wheels, but with all-terrain tyres. So we've put some 18-inch Wolf Race wheels on this with some brand new Goodrich tyres. So the tyres are really expensive because they are really good quality and really good in the winter and for going off-road. So we would usually put on 20-inch wheels, but the customer wanted 18-inch wheels on this particular van. So it's had the full external modifications as usual. It's got the gloss black sidebars, the front splitter, the black front splitter there below the bumper, which looks really nice on this van. And it's also had the Remo awning rail along the passenger side of the van there, which is part of the platinum package, and that fits most awnings and canopies. So I'll just walk around this side of the van, and as you can see, it looks absolutely great. And I actually do like the look of this with the all-terrain tyres and the slightly smaller wheels. We have lowered the van by just 30 millimeters just to give it a little bit of a lower look and just to help get it into garages and things like that. We didn't put a rear spoiler on this van because the customer's going to be putting a bike rack on the back of it, so we've missed off the rear spoiler on this particular van. So let's just jump inside the driver's area and I will talk through all of the tech on the van. Okay, so this is a T6.1 Highline, okay, and it's also an automatic gearbox, but this particular van is a 204 brake horsepower engine. So these are fairly rare. You don't see too many of the 204 brake horsepower automatics. It has got quite a lot of power. It does make quite a big difference, but it also makes a big difference to the price of the base vehicle. So if you are looking for an automatic T6.1 with very low miles, I'm talking anywhere between 5 and 20,000 miles, then you are looking at a cost of the base vehicle anywhere between 40 and 50,000 pounds plus VAT just for the base vehicle. So it is expensive, but it is going to retain its value really, really well because it's a very, very desirable base vehicle with it being the automatic and the 204 horsepower. So it's got all the tech on it as usual. It's got the adaptive cruise control, it's got the hands-free, the Bluetooth, air conditioning, the multifunctional steering wheel, and then the full upgraded dashboard and everything that comes with the T6.1. So it's a really, really nice van to drive and a very, very desirable spec, as I say. So what I'll do now is just jump inside of the van and just walk through the actual conversion features on the interior. I also forgot to mention that the customer went for a scenic canvas roof on this van as well. So it's got the black scenic canvas that rolls right back up there, so you can open the roof right up, and it's also got the black roof top, which I think looks really great with the grey van. Okay, so let's jump inside the van and I'll show you the interior. Okay, here we are. So this van has had our light grey graphite upholstery. So it's the really light grey upholstery with the ribbed styling. So it's got the ribbed seats, and then it's got the darker grey kind of silvery VW badges in the back of the headrest, and then also the stitching to match that. The customer also went for the wooden timber door, okay, to match the solid oak worktops and table. So we started doing these wood timbers recently. I really like it, but some people just don't like that look. They would prefer the silver timber. So just let us know what you think to that wood timber in the comments below. Okay, so the furniture is a dark grey matte with the silver handles and metalwork. And this is probably my favourite colour of furniture, especially with that solid oak worktops and table. It looks really, really classy, really, really nice. And then it's got the dolphin flooring, which is a slightly lighter grey to contrast with the furniture, which I really, really like. And then you've obviously got the fridge and the freezer, and then the double gas burner and sink in there. And then you've got your two 240 volt plugs, which they will work when you're hooked up at a campsite. And then you've also got your two USBs, and then your leisure battery control unit at the top there. And then because this van has had the platinum, it's had the diesel heater fitted, so you can see the little dial there, and then all the heat comes out of that little vent behind the driver's seat there. And then the customer actually wanted an upgrade on the seat. So this van actually came with a double passenger seat, but we've actually replaced the double for a single. So we have a very reliable source of single seats. So we can swap out the double and exchange it for a single, and we put a swivel on that seat. So if you do have a van with a double seat, or we have a van in stock that's got a double, we can change that, but that is an extra, that's an extra cost because they are quite expensive to buy the single seat. But a lot of people do prefer the single seat compared to the double. So again, just let us know what you think. Would you have a single seat, or would you be happy with the double? Just put that in the comments below, it's really helpful to us. And then the blind colour on this van is iron grey. So we use iron grey quite often with this kind of colour combination. So you've got a blind above the kitchen area there, you've got a blind on the back window there, and then you have two blinds on this side, on both windows on this side as well, which I think looks really, really well with the matte grey furniture and the graphite grey seating. So we're really, really happy with this van. I think John is going to be over the moon when he comes to pick it up on Saturday. And as I say, up to this point, this is the most expensive van that we've sold. And the main reason for that is the fact that this base vehicle is very expensive to buy. So that obviously makes the actual final price of the camper quite a lot more. So the final price of this van was just over £68,000, which includes the VAT. So it's at the top end of the price range. They do go into the 70,000s, even up to 80,000, depending on the spec of the van. But if you're looking for a nearly new T6.1 with an automatic gearbox and a tailgate, then you are looking at between 65 and 70,000 pounds for this sort of van. But the beauty of this is that it will last a lifetime. And if you did decide to sell it in 2 or 3 years, you would lose very little money because it will retain its value really, really well. Okay, so that's it for my little walk around of this amazing camper. I'd really love to get your feedback on this van because it's a little bit different to our usual vans. It is at the top end of the price range. So please let us know what your thoughts are on the wheels and the tyres that we've put on this van, and also all the interior spec and the upgrades that we've done for this customer. So please let us know in the comment section below on YouTube. And if you're looking for a similar kind of van, so a fairly new T6.1 with really low miles, we do have a couple of available base vehicles. One is actually in the workshop now, which is a pure grey van with very low miles. It's a Highline, it's going to look absolutely amazing, and that's going to be done within the next week or so. And then we've also bought an Ascot grey van with very, very low miles, about 7,000 miles, also a Highline. Both of those vans are manual, and you can find out more information about both of those vans and the conversion packages on our website. So if you just go to highlifecampers.co.uk, click on the sales tab in the menu, and you'll find all the details of those vehicles. And if neither of those vans suit you, we can help you through our source and convert service. So how that works is we will find out what your top budget is for a camper and what type of base vehicle you're looking for, and then we'll go out to our contacts at VW, try and source the right base vehicle, and then we book it in for a conversion and work really closely with you to choose all the spec and the colours and everything else. And you can find out all the information about our source and convert service on the homepage of our website. And if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that, because I do share regular information videos covering all sorts of topics about VW campers, and I also do regular walk around videos of all the base vehicles we're getting into stock, plus all the completed campers that we've got coming through. So make sure you subscribe, and if you've got value from this video and you've enjoyed the content as usual, please just hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video. Speak soon.